Hello guys, and welcome to episode 5 of my Vistula campaign in Steel Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Previously we actually completed all of our movements for our turn, so what we're going to be doing today is just moving straight on to the next one and see where the Soviets attack us. Well, it looks like they have already attacked us, but we've got a message popped up here from the front. The Hermann Göring Panzer Division's 1st Major Detachment is detraining at Warsaw. KG Kalnar reinforcements have arrived. So we got the 3rd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 170 under attack by the 6th Guards Motorized Battalion. They can't reinforce with anything in Phase A, which is interesting. So they've only got reinforcements in B or C, and it could be some tanks, but I don't think we'll need any specific AT weapons to take care of these. The bunkers will probably kill M10s and SU-85s quite easily. So I think what I'm going to do is probably just bring in the 2nd Battalion of the Infantry Regiment 70 and probably some aircraft, because usually the first attack on the opposing turn tends to use their aircraft. So we'll go ahead and bring those in. What do we have? We need some fighters, really. We got some Focke-Wulfs in that one. Yeah, I think I'll bring in the 1st Battalion of the 1st Ground Attack Group. Yeah, that'll be a good idea, just so that I can use those Focke-Wulf 190 F8s. I don't think the Recon group has anything. No, it just has heavy fighters and recon. I mean, heavy fighters would be good if there was more than one, but there's only one. So there we go. All right, let's tactical battle. Yep, there we go, and we'll jump on in, bringing in those aircraft. It's good. I was actually a little bit worried that if they didn't bring in the aircraft, that this would be a waste. But it's good that they have, because it means that it's not a waste. But one thing I am going to have to do, guys, is I'll just pause my recording. I'll get my defensive down, and I'll be back with you in just a second. My defenses are all set up. So on the left hand side here, just a 37 and an MG42. We've got a couple grenadiers with the Grenadier in the middle. That is connected to a commandant that's over here, giving extra veterancy to this 37, so that has really good line of sight down all the roads. We do have a bunch of barbed wire across the front here, just to kind of stop them going to positions that I'd rather them not attack. Then we got trenches, basically for all the grenadiers, bunkers up all the roads. Pretty simple stuff, honestly. Let's just launch the battle. I do also have groups of mortars in the back line that I'm going to put onto fire at will. And we've got a couple 120mm mortars there as well. Yeah, 6 81mm mortars and 2 120mm mortars. It's basically all the mortars that the Infantry Regiment 170 3rd Battalion had to offer. So I'm kind of just hoping it's mostly just transports at the start. And we do have the 58th Guards Tank Brigade reinforcing in Phase C, I suppose, because I don't think there was any other tank brigade that could reinforce in Phase A. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Looks like we got some solid T-34s incoming. Let's speed things up. I can always call on the 1st Ground Attack Group if needs be, which it looks like I might have to. We do have access to the Ju-85D or Ju-87 D5s. So yeah, we'll bring one of those in. In most cases, I think my AT guns should be good enough to kill these. And the 50 mils will kill the T-34Es eventually. It's just when they're attacking my 37 at range, that's not good. Speaking of which, we could probably just smoke this off so it doesn't die. Probably a good idea. Just gotta make sure we get a double kill at least. That's the plan. Seems like they're splitting. Okay, no, we're good. I think we got both of those. That's fine. Let's put these back onto fire well. Good. Yeah, it was... It's funny. Maybe it's because it's the Guards Motorized Battalion. They probably have some T-34s that I didn't realize they had. Oh well. We should be fine. I'm going to start bringing out a recon Ju-87 and we'll try and find their artillery so that we can beat that. Oh, their mortars actually ended up killing my AT gun there. That's unfortunate. What we can do is bring in a Pack 40. I kept these Pack 40s and IGs available just in case of emergency, and well, seems like it's an emergency because there's a lot of T-34s I've got to deal with now. I'm going to bring in this Ju-87. We'll go for the kill onto that motorbike. We'll keep this flying around, and I'll probably bring in the other Ju-7D5 with the cluster bombs. We'll go for another couple kills where we can. Okay, it's a shame they're not bunching up more, because getting multi-kills with these Ju-87D5s is really, really satisfying. I could probably just strafe that with the recon variant, honestly, rather than bomb it. But I want to make sure that these Ju-87D5 recons, they are available more often, although saying that, we did just spot another one there. I guess I'm probably going to have to bomb that one. Yeah, we'll just give the order. Yeah, dumbfire bombs for that one, please. Thank you very much. Alright, is that another one? Looks like it. We'll get another one. The nice thing about these Ju-87s with the lighter payloads is they reload faster. So we're going to try and make good use of that. And if they're using the motorbikes, it's actually fine. Okay, let's try and hit this on this side with the Ju-87D5s. The cluster bombs. $75mm pack, 2-star veterancy, almost. I'm not sure which one I'm going to try and go for here. I might have to like manually target it in the middle of them both. I'm going to try and keep eyes on them best I can. If I do a fire position command with the T option, I might be able to like put it right in the middle and hit them both. Just got to keep eyes. Okay, looks like they stopped. That's fine. It should hit both of them. Perfect. That's a 50mm taking on the T-34E. That T-34E actually, it's kind of a little bit of a problem because it's not gonna get penetrated in the frontal armor by a Pack 50. So if I can, I might want to smoke that. Yeah, I'm going to get my 120s to smoke this off. We'll let them do one volley, and then I'll put them back onto fire at will again. That's going to be a dead commander. Okay. Back onto fire at will, please. This is already reloaded, so we can use that again. We do have, I guess that's a P3, or P2 even, coming in, with the bombing run onto the Pack 50. Let's move the MG out of that building. We'll have that just do a runner now. No point in letting them die unnecessarily. We'll just bring in another one. Just bring in another couple of MGs there. One thing I definitely am going to want to do is make sure that I have enough flags for a total victory. I'm also going to bring in a couple standard infantry squads here, I think, as well, because I have the Grenführer here, and that's not going to be particularly good on its own. Like if the Resvodka found that, then we'd be in trouble. Another combat. I really don't think that this 6th Guards Motorized Battalion really has much to work with. Very light on units. Okay, we've run out of fuel on our recon. Bring in another one. I think that's potentially a motorcycle. I'm not really getting good shots onto the P2 at the moment. T-34 is dead though. That's good. The smoke worked. Yep. It basically forced them to come closer, and then the Pak-50 had its penetration, which is really good. This Focke-Wulf should finish that off. Only just started to retreat, so should have plenty of time. Goodbye P2 rocket plane. Nice. Well, let's go get the next one. Honestly, probably just gonna bring in a couple more. Try and take these out. This Pak-50 is probably gonna die eventually to these bombing strikes. Yeah, it's gone. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Get these MG42s unloaded. Push them to the edge. I think it's a good idea. I'll also get the grenadiers in here ASAP. Nice. We shot down the bomber. See if we can shoot down this one as well. This Focke-Wulf's on its tail. Take it down. There we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. These Focke-Wulfs actually have a pretty cool paint job. I think it's a little bit different to normal. Well, usually the fighter variants, they have the all grey camo. Goodbye, bomber. You've entered the wrong airspace. We're going to try and take out that SU-57 as well. Should be able to kill it with a bombing strike. Nice. The grenadiers are doing really well. I might try and kill the one on the left as well, actually. With a bombing strike. And kill that one with the Ju-87D5. Let's just go backwards and forwards a little bit with this Ju-87 recon. That way we can find what we want to kill. Lovely kill. Right, that bomber's dead. Great. This one's going to fall back. It's pretty damaged. Nice, good kill from that Focke-Wulf as well. This Ju-87 looks like it missed its target. That's a bit unfortunate. We're going to strafe the supply there. I'm going to bring in another one of these just to cluster that T-34. Unless there's more than one there. No, that's just a combat. We'll take that out. 37 should get the job done. There we go. 2 minutes left until victory. Looks like we set up our defense just fine. Probably not going to be too much more. Wow, there's a lot of bombers coming in all of a sudden. They're going for my MGs. Well, that's just rude. Okay, we'll move back here just so that we don't get hit again in the same place. I don't think we're going to be catching up to that. Oh, we did manage to kill one with the Focke-Wulf that was hanging about though. That's nice. Yeah, they're both going to get away. That front one didn't really take much damage. A good kill. Looks like we got a couple more kills on the left side. Well, that's going to be going for the Pak-50 here. My Focke-Wulf's already on the case. Might be able to catch it. P2 bombers, they are pretty quick. Oh, the game ended. The game ended faster. 12 minutes, 31 seconds. No losses. Beautiful. Perfection. 113 kills. So that's going to be lots of T-34s, which I wasn't really expecting, but we dealt with quite well. And the Focke-Wulf, that guy killed 4 P2s. Very, very nice indeed. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Where are we going to get attacked next, I wonder? At least I won't have air support for the rest of this turn. That's good. It doesn't look like they're really pushing in hard towards you, so they are actually digging in a little bit. In that case, pushing forwards. One thing I was thinking about doing was actually trying to break through on the extreme right and left hand sides, because that would allow me to start to go for an encirclement, which would be pretty cool if we could. Anyway, we're under attack again. The regiment group 1075 is under attack. This has Valkyr, Ersatztruppen, and MG34s. We do have a few Pak-40s, but what are we under attack by? Going to be the 138th Guards Rifle Regiment and the artillery. Okay, so artillery and infantry, which is fine. We do need some reinforcements though, preferably Phase A reinforcements. I think I'm going to bring in the recon. The reason I'm bringing in the recon group is just for extra availability in Phase A. I'm also kind of tempted to use the 3rd Hussars because I don't think anything else is in range to attack those. So I might be able to get away with bringing those in to help out. I am, however, a little bit worried about the 65th Independent Tank Regiment. That could be a problem, so like calling in the 177th Assault Gun Brigade could be a good idea. Although they won't really trade too well against T-34s, although a lot of these are T-34 76s rather than T-34 85s. Let's bring those in Phase B, just in case. Because it doesn't really matter if they're not fortified next turn, whereas it might matter if the 3rd Hussars aren't. Right, let's do that. Tactical battle. They're going to bring in an aircraft again. I wonder what aircraft they have this time. We do have a heavy fighter, so we can try and shoot down some stuff. But we're going to have to set up a very wide defensive line here, as we got this map again. Alright, well, you know the drill, guys. I'll be back with you guys in just a second. My defenses are all set up. So, let's have a quick look. We've just got the MG42 and the Pak-37 on the left here, covered by an MG. In the forested area, we've got the Valkyr in trenches. If anything comes across those at close range, they'll probably get demolished by the MP44s, because the Valkyr can engage beyond like 100 meters where the submachine guns get involved. So the Valkyr will have an advantage in those engagements. Down here, we just got like a triple trench line with the Valkyr. Previously, we played on this map and all the AI kind of funneled into here, so got a few Valkyr there ready to go. We've got a few in the town, of course. We've got a few for the right-hand side of the town as well. Then for the more open area, we have more Valkyr with a couple of AT guns. And we're just basically transport sniping as much as possible because we're up against 2 Guards Rifle Regiments, as well as the 68th Guards Fighter Regiment. So it's actually a fighter regiment, which is good to know. They're not going to be terribly oppressive. There'll be some Yak bombers probably, stuff like that. But off they go. I've got one of my Valkyr ready to jump in the trench here, and then the other ones are all moving up into different buildings. This Pak-37, these could do with some leadership, but I couldn't really work out a good command structure, so I basically just prioritized the Pak-37s that are covering the open, especially on this right-hand side, because if I can stop reinforcements coming down this road, very unlikely we're going to come across anything in this town. Oh, it's going to be a Cobra rocketing my 37 already. That's unfortunate. It's a shame we don't have any AA. That would have been really good. We also don't really have much in the way of like ground strafing aircraft, so we're not going to be able to stop the artillery much, which could also become a problem. It depends what kind of artillery they have, because mortars, depending on what they are, I might be able to strafe them with my one ME410, although this might run out of ammo trying to do that. Also, I don't necessarily want to keep ME410s hanging about, just because they're using a fighter regiment, right? So it'd be pretty rough. It's pretty easy for them to spawn a fighter out and shoot down my recon plane, as shown. Gonna try and turn in a bit here to avoid being shot down. As soon as he passes me, I'm gonna tell that to evac. With 2-star veterancy, we might be able to shoot that down if it stayed on us, but it's probably not going to. No. Yeah, so that's why I'm not going to be using any aircraft. We will stop that right now. One thing I should probably do is get in a couple of IGs. These will be pretty useful actually. If I keep them far enough back, they could do some serious damage to infantry in the open. So we'll try and get them into decent positions. Might be a bit rough. I don't want to have them too far forwards for the mortars, because I think they were just like 82mm mortars. So I don't have to worry about them if I put them far enough back like I'm doing with this IG on the right. It might still get hit depending on the positioning, but in general it'll be okay. I'm going to put an IG in the back of this house here as well. Then it's probably just a matter of reinforcing with more and more Valkyr. We do have some infantry pushing on that right hand side, so we'll just reinforce that quickly. I'll bring in a few more dotted around that can jump into cover. This Pack 50, thankfully not being attacked, taking out loads of transports down this road. There's another one taken out. This is being rocketed to death. It's unfortunate, but yeah, nothing I can do about it. It's a couple more. As long as they aren't rocketing my Valkyrführer, I really don't mind actually. They can hit this 75mm bunker all they want. And one problem we are going to have is the Valkyr engaging with their MG42s when I'd rather them engage at like the sort of 300-meter range. Because at the 300-meter range, they get to use their MP44s, their cars, and their MG42s. So all of their weapons, basically. Makes them way, way stronger. I guess one thing we could do, actually, is just bring in a load of ersatz. They would be pretty effective at the 500-meter range for when units get a little bit closer. Start moving these over to the left a bit more. Because these Avtos are getting pretty close. We can do a lot of damage to them. 100%. Yeah, you can already see the Valkyr there, ripping them up. This Valkyr, unfortunately, getting targeted by a lot of the Cavalry DP. There's so much machine gun fire. Blimey. So the IG-33, they might get rocketed at some point. But, yeah, we'll leave them there, try and use them. I don't know if it's worth moving these, probably. Coming under mortar fire. This Valkyr ran out of MG ammunition. It's kind of a good thing, actually. Because it will allow them to use their MP44s. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we'll just press tab to select the individual units that I have selected and give them individual orders, just unloading all of those different buildings. At some point I'm going to want to pull back with the low health units of Valkyr. I think I might just throw in loads of ersatz here. We'll start pulling these back. Because the Cavalry are already starting to get the better of us. I was going for the rocket strike onto my Valkyr. And this one can start falling back. Cool. Nice shot from the IG there. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, let's not let them surrender all of my units. That would be very bad. Okay. Nearly. That was risky. I'm kind of hoping that one of these open just end up opening up at the same time. That'd be really good. We'll get the spare Valkyr to come to the right. We'll let them kind of come into the town a little bit, because then I can engage them with the MP44s. Start running this Valkyr back. That Valkyr gonna get rocketed, they can fall back even further. There's a Stuppen, they are being spotted. There is probably a sniper that's spotting those. Gonna grab a couple Valkyr to secure this objective. I do have the Stuppen moving in there, but it'd be good to have some Valkyr as well. Something with a bit of substance. Okay, as I stop and engaging Avtos, it's good. Starting to do some decent damage to those Avtos as well. All of the, as that's opening up, shooting them to death. Lovely. This IG, yeah, it's putting in work actually, taking out those units. Still rocketing bunkers, which is good. They're really funneling into the center area. Let's bring in some more Ersatz. We'll keep falling back with the weaker squads. Surprised they haven't attacked this side really that much this time around. But I guess it allows me to concentrate in the town a little bit more. I could, in fact, start bringing in my own mortars. Let's do that. We'll bring in a couple lots of mortars. And then we can maybe try and counter battery their mortars, or just put them on fire at will, might work. It's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left though. Start speeding things up a bit. Don't want to lose any squads unnecessarily though. Start wandering this guy back. So yeah, as soon as anything shows itself up on this ridge, it just gets hit by the IG like immediately, plus both of the MG bunkers, which have done really well. It might be a bit risky to try and unload where this Valkyr is. And good luck getting through this town AI. Oh, the Ersatztruppen. Not risking that getting hit. We could get another perfect battle, 2 in a row, that'd be pretty awesome. Gonna start moving this forwards just so that we can test our flag a bit better. That's going to be an OB. We do have the Stugs available actually. Not sure if it's best to bring those in. Mainly because the OB might actually kill one. We do actually have some AA though. Start bringing that in. We'll keep them together just so that we can secure some kills. Honestly, it was probably going to end before we can use them properly, but we'll give it a go. Oh, my MG died. Where was that? Oh, it could have been a perfect battle. I don't know where that died though, if I'm completely honest. Unless there was a bunker. I'm gonna fall back with these two. IG-33 died. No. Died. Total victory. We lost the IG-33 on the right. What did they get killed by? Oh, the OB. Oh, the OB killed the MG-34 as well. Oh, it must be one of the ones on the ridge. That's a shame. Oh well, almost a perfect victory. 51 kills. Oh, that Pack 50 bunker there. Wow. Killed so much in their transport. Same with that 37. That's what we like to see. Okay. Where will we get attacked next? In some pretty simple defenses. I think I might leave those Stugs where they are after this turn. They only moved a little bit closer, and honestly it's probably going to allow them to reinforce an A. We've got some more disorganized units though that we can take advantage of. And they're really coming in hot here, aren't they? A little unsure. They might go for this unit that's not fully dug in just yet. That wouldn't be ideal. Or another tank regiment getting nice and cozy to the front. Pushing in up here as well with some Su-85s. If we get a fortifications, Su-85 shouldn't be really a problem. I'm actually digging in at the front. Interesting. Having attacked on this right side though, it does make it very tempting for me to push through. Then again, I'm moving my Panthers more to the left. I have these Panthers here, so I guess we could use those. Just puncture through there. Maybe it'd be better if we punctured downward though. Just come through Ulysses, and then yeah, push down to Medjirek Podlasi. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. Down here, go down this road, and then connect with something that breaks through on this left side. Probably going to try and push through on that far left side at some point. We'll let them bounce off us, maybe a couple more times. Actually set up some AA on the right hand side there, briefly. Looks like they turned that off again. Still moving stuff. Gonna be a lot of reinforcements coming up. Alright. Into our turn we go. They actually bombarded the 3rd Cavalry Brigade and the 541st Infantry Division. Not too great. These are all disorganized, which means that in theory I could probably attack the 138th Guards Rifle Regiment and nothing would be able to reinforce. In Phase A. Oh, I guess the 48th Guards Rifle Division HQ could. Yeah, never mind then. I was thinking we could maybe take the initiative there for a second. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Okay. So we did get some new reinforcements on this left-hand side. We've got some more Panthers. I really do like when the Panzergrenz are supported by Panthers in the same sort of battalion. It's pretty damn useful. It means you don't have to bring them in separately. But this is Battle Group Kalnar. They're gonna come to the front and help us out. We need to block off here really. I'm gonna get the Vanguard Hermann Göring to probably dig in. And they're gonna have to deal with the 103rd Tank Brigade next turn. We'll leave the Recon Panzer Battalion behind them. And these will dig in. Get them all dug in on the front. Great. We have the Hetzers. We also have the AA behind. I would click deploy AA, but I think it's just more important that we maintain the action points there. Battle group Kosman and Maya. They need to just head over here. And I'm definitely heading this straight down towards the 164th Tank Brigade. We have those available next turn. Might send this one down onto the motorway. Because we do have these ones coming down from the top. Got the Recon Panzer Battalion. Should be able to spot some troops. We've got the 50th Tank Brigade pushing through. Okay. Right, we'll move down the 2nd Battalion of the 33rd then as far as we can. I might move this a little bit further forwards. We can maximize their movement. Very good. Group Christian with the Jagdpanzers will probably be good enough to take on the 50th Tank Brigade. We've also got Battlegroup von Gaudzeka, which has some Tigers, so these will be pretty damn useful. Get the artillery to move down as well. And then maybe we can bombard some units later on. Cool. That's that sorted. Yeah, we've kind of just try and create a block on the top side here. I could go on the offensive into the 16th Guards Cavalry Regiment. We do have the infantry here, like Battlegroup Köln or Kuhn, and then we have the 3rd SS Recon Panzer Battalion and the 2nd Battalion of the 6th SS that could all push through and probably not be exposed to too much afterwards. That would start to break down these forces and maybe force, well, allow us, I guess, to go into a flanking position onto them instead. Let's just start moving these down. I'm going to bring them all to the bottom side, I think. Just use this motorway to bring them as far as we can. I remember when I was playing this on the Soviet side, getting down this highway was an absolute nightmare. It really was. Because of all the reinforcements that the Axis side kept getting. So I had to kind of like go around the top in order to get in to Warsaw. Yeah, look at that. We have 40 points to spend as well. And it's not even really going to let us spend most of them. Like, we can get the 51st Fighter Wing, which includes ME-109s. Yep, that's good. And we can also bring in the AB Panzergrenadier Regiment. I don't think we ever get to a point where we don't have enough to bring in reinforcements. So I may as well bring these in as well. That's just going to give us more and more to work with. More Tigers there. Lovely stuff. Yeah, these guys, really strong. Move them down the motorway. It's going to be hard to actually to keep track of which ones have tanks and which ones don't, because all of them have armor representation due to their packs. Like, you can see the armor strength being represented in the yellow next to the division names. But some of them is AT, and then other ones, obviously Tigers and Panthers. And it does show a little bit more in this case, especially in the 1st AB Panzergrenadier Regiment. Okay, let's go over to the right hand side, because I think the left side movements are more or less done. I don't think there's any attacks that I really want to do here. I can definitely bombard again. We'll make sure to keep locking down the tanks for as long as we can. But there is going to be a limit, because they're going to start really building up, and that could cause issues. We're going to bombard this one as well, so that can't attack next turn. As long as they can't initiate with tanks, then we're fine. Like, I can deal with the tank destroyers, and I can deal with the 59th Guards Tank Brigade. This unit, the 60th Guards Tank Brigade, could certainly get involved next turn, but then I can use the 5th SS Tank Destroyer Battalion. So that's, I guess, how we're going to have to do it. We'll just isolate the units. No more artillery to be used further up. I don't know if I should force these out further wide. I think I'll only do it if they try and go round us. We can always move out further, but for now I'd rather keep them close, allow them to reinforce, give us more points to use at the start of the battles. Alright, Battle Group Kun. It is kind of tempting to push around. I could also go up and pincer the 50th Tank Brigade. I think the 7 Tigers here would probably be enough to take out most of these, as long as they were placed correctly. Because I have had battles in the past where I used 88s to clean up a lot of T-34 85s, and the Tigers of course have the same gun, or like they have an 88, so they can pop T-34s pretty well. They don't have the same rate of fire as 88s though, the AA 88s, the flak 88s. These have superb rate of fire compared to the 5 round per minute of the Tiger. So yeah, let's see. Anyway, do I want to attack the 16th Guards? I probably will, but I think it's important that we kind of just plan this out first. Yeah, there is actually some more units here. The 59th Cavalry Regiment and the 1219th Self-Propelled Artillery. Okay. So I guess we'll have the 1st Battalion of the 5th SS head to the 59th Cavalry, because they can probably beat them. We'll use Battle Group Kun, 2nd Battalion of the 6th SS, and maybe the 3rd SS Recon Panzer Battalion to take out the 16th Guards Cavalry Regiment and whatever else reinforces. So that's going to free up this artillery, which we'll use to bombard those tanks. And this Engineer Battalion, I think I'm just going to move it down, and we'll have them reinforce these dug-in units should they get attacked. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dig in both of these. And this artillery probably needs to fall back. Tell you what we could do. We could actually replace these. Yeah, we'll move the Panthers to the front. Not going to be able to bombard because of that, unfortunately. Same deal here. I don't think we should have those in the front. I don't really need those infantry in the front either, so I'll just move those both back. This can go ahead and target those tanks if we can. Might be just out of range. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's instead attack this unit so they can't reinforce. Got another artillery piece here. We'll hit those guys. Just prevent as many attacks as possible. Thinking whether or not to move the 5th SS to the left. I think it'd probably be better if we move some more stuff to the right a bit more. I'm going to start moving across this forested area. I move the 102nd Tank Destroyer Battalion in there to reinforce these infantry should they get attacked, because the 36th Tank Brigade is there. This looks fine. But I might want to just throw the 2nd Battalion of the SS Panzer Regiment down to the 376th Self-Propelled Artillery. Actually, never mind. These aren't ISUs. They're just SUs. We'll keep these close here then. Don't know how I'm going to be able to get them on the front line. We're going to have to push through here somehow, I think. And maybe I could just attack this instead. Like, attack the 1st Battalion of the 157th Cannon Brigade. because they're only going to be able to be reinforced in Phase A by other artillery. There is going to be, of course, some Zis 3s, but we could probably push through there pretty aggressively, and also at the same time RT any units that could counterattack. So that would allow us to not only break down their artillery, but also safely. So that could be a good shout. Either way, unfortunately, guys, it's been my time. I'm going to leave it here. Apologies if the episode seems shorter than usual, but you guys don't see like the 10 to 15 minutes that I spend setting up the breakthrough defenses, just to make sure that they're kind of perfect for you guys. So yeah, these do take quite a while to record sometimes. So I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, what we'll do is we'll make some attacks. I'm probably going to attack somewhere on the right here, and we'll probably try and hit the 16th Guards Cavalry Regiment on the left, so that we can start to find some sort of encirclement and put the pressure onto the Soviets so that we can then just clean them up sooner than later. That's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.